Welcome, listeners, to the hidden corridors of the extraordinary, the bizarre, and the horrifying. You are about to step into a world where shadow agencies hide secrets and every artifact tells an unnatural story. This is the Arcane Files. In the depths of an unmarked building, within the heart of an undisclosed city, lies an agency like no other. Their mission? To investigate the cryptic, the mystic, and the unexplained. Each episode we delve into a new file from their archives, unraveling the mysteries that defy explanation, challenge belief, and twist the mind. File number 001, The Horror of the Hodag. In the year 1910, the dense forests of northern Wisconsin were a bustling hive of activity. Loggers toiled day and night harvesting the towering pines that seemed to stretch endlessly into the sky. But as the summer of that year progressed, a shadow fell over the camps. Men began to vanish without a trace, leaving behind only echoes of their final desperate cries. The local authorities, baffled and overwhelmed, turned to a newly formed agency, the Arcane Investigation Bureau.
Nathaniel, it's good to see you. Please, have a seat.
Colonel Harrington, I was expecting you. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Nathaniel, I wish this visit was under better circumstances. You've been one of our finest investigators, but recent events have cast a long shadow over your career, son. This is a fragile time for the country, but the board is skeptical, and the evidence is damning. They made up their minds. Without intervention, you would have faced a dishonorable discharge, or worse, prison.
So that's it then? All my years of service? Thrown away because of someone's treachery?
Not quite. I convinced him to reassign you instead. It's not a prestigious post, but it's a chance to continue your work. The Arcane Investigations Bureau, an agency focused on unexplained incidents, strange cases that no one else wants to touch.
Reassigned? To some fringe bureau chasing ghost stories and fairy tales? This is a disgrace.
Now, that's the best I can do, Nathaniel. You should consider yourself lucky. Many wanted you gone entirely. This way, you could still serve, still seek justice, and maybe, just maybe, you can find the real culprits behind the conspiracy.
This is a bitter pill to swallow, Colonel.
I know, son, but you're a damn good investigator. Use this opportunity. Prove them wrong. Uncover the truth wherever it hides. And remember, you're not alone in this. I'll be watching your back, as always.
Very well, Colonel. If this is the path I must walk, then so be it. I'll join this Arcane Investigations Bureau, and I will find those responsible, no matter how long it takes.
That's the spirit, Nathaniel. Stay strong. And remember, the truth always has a way of coming to light.
And so, Inspector Nathaniel Graves steps into a new world, a world of shadows and secrets. Unbeknownst to him, his journey into the arcane will unravel mysteries far greater than any he has ever faced. The journey to his new assignment begins with a flight aboard a small seaplane, cutting through the crisp morning air. Inspector Nathaniel Graves stares out the window, the dense forests of northern Wisconsin sprawling below him. The plane glides onto the river, navigating through logs being transported to a paper mill further south. As it comes to a stop, a makeshift camp comes into view, a large log cabin surrounded by military-style tents. Inside the cabin, Graves is introduced to the members of the Arcane Investigation Bureau, assembled around a large table cluttered with maps and documents.
Inspector Graves, welcome to our outpost. I'm William Parker, commanding officer for this mission.
Major Parker, let's get to it. I'd like to meet the rest of the team.
Right this way. This is Dr. Eliza Blackwood, our expert in ancient myths and folklore, Samuel Hawthorne, our tracker and outdoorsman, and Madame Seraphina Dubois, our clairvoyant and medium.
Pleasure to meet you all. So what's this about? A Hodag?
The Hodag is a creature of local legend said to haunt these woods. Several loggers have gone missing recently, and the locals are convinced it's the work of this beast.
The Hodag is described as a monstrous creature with sharp horns and glowing red eyes. It's part of the folklore around here, but there have been numerous sightings recently.
I've scouted the area. There are some tracks that don't belong to any known animal. The men are scared, and frankly, so am I. Whatever it is, it's big and it's dangerous.
I felt a dark presence in the woods. The spirits are restless. They speak of an ancient forest disturbed. I've had visions, glimpses of something terrifying.
Alright, that's enough. Let me get this straight. We're here because a few loggers have gone missing, and everyone's jumping to blame some mythical creature? There's a logical explanation for all of this. Most likely, there's a human behind these disappearances. Someone's using the legend to cover the tracks.
Your skepticism is noted, Inspector, but until we have concrete evidence, we need to consider all possibilities. Your expertise in investigation is why you're here. We'll need every bit of it to get to the bottom of this.
And so the team sets forth, each member bringing their own unique perspective to the table. As they delve deeper into the mystery of the Hodag, they will confront fear and uncover truth that will challenge their very understanding of reality.
I've seen my share of crime scenes, Hawthorne. What exactly are we dealing with here?
You'll see soon enough.
As they step into the clearing, Graves is met with a gruesome sight. Blood sprays and body parts are scattered within a 30-foot radius, and the macabre scene extends 20 feet up into the trees.
My God, what could have done this?
So, do you think a human did this? Whatever it is, it's nothing I've ever seen before. Inspector, look at this. Found it near the scene.
Interesting. We'll need to investigate further.
Inspector, I've only seen scenes like this once before, when I was in Africa, involving packs of man-hunting lions. This feels similar.
Lions in Wisconsin? Hawthorne? I find that hard to believe.
Not lions, but something with a similar ferocity, and I've got a feeling we're being watched. Could be human, could be something else. Can't tell if they're scared of us or stalking us.
Let's stay alert. The artifact points to possible Native American involvement. The logging companies have motive too. Control over the paper industry means control over the truth. It's essential for propaganda and communication.
He who controls the paper industry controls the truth? Interesting. We might be looking at a motive here. I'll keep my ears open for any whispers.
As Inspector Graves and Samuel Hawthorne continue their investigation deeper into the woods, the air grows tense with feelings of being watched.
Keep your eyes sharp, Graves. We're not alone out here.
I know. Something doesn't feel right.
Without warning, a group of men burst from the underbrush, attacking Graves and Hawthorne. They are outnumbered, but not outmatched. Graves and Hawthorne are immediately on the defensive, blocking and countering the blows of their attackers. Hawthorne ducks under a swinging club, delivering a swift uppercut to the man's jaw, sending him sprawling.
They're trying to take us out! Stay close!
On it!
Graves sidesteps a knife thrust, grabbing the man's arm and twisting it until he drops the weapon with a pained cry. With a powerful kick, he sends the man crashing into a tree.
Who are you people? What do you want?
You're not going to live long enough for it to matter.
Another attacker lunges at Hawthorne with a makeshift spear. Hawthorne catches the weapon mid-thrust, using it to flip the assailant over his shoulder and into the ground with a thud. A burly man charges at Graves, swinging a heavy branch. Graves ducks, grabbing a fallen log and sweeps the man's legs out from under him. The attacker hits the ground hard, being knocked out of him.
They're retreating! Don't let up!
Hawthorne, with cat-like reflexes, spins around to face another attacker, delivering a series of quick jabs to the man's rib and finishing with a sharp elbow to the face. Blood sprays as the attacker falls back, clutching his nose.
They're retreating.
Let them go. We won't be able to follow them and bring them back. Next time, we'll be more prepared.
Graves, look! One of them dropped this.
Interesting. It looks similar to the artifact we found earlier. This could be a clue.
We're not just dealing with animals or wild legends. These men were organized. Someone doesn't want us here.
Agreed. And they're willing to use force to keep us away? Let's get this back to camp and see what our team can make of it.
With the talisman in hand and their suspicions confirmed, Graves and Hawthorne head back to their makeshift base. The confrontation has only deepened the mystery, revealing that the danger they face is very real and very human. As Samuel and Graves return to the camp, their clothes torn and dirt-streaked, concerned team members rush to their aid.
What happened out there?
We were attacked. Managed to fight them off, but it was close. They didn't want us snooping around.
We found this on one of them. Thought it might be important.
This one here is a protection amulet against the Mishi-Peshu, the water panther. The Ojibwe believed it to be a powerful, malevolent spirit that controls the waters and brings misfortune and death to those who encounter it.
Mishi-Peshu. Can you elaborate?
Certainly. The Mishi-Peshu, or water panther, is a fearsome creature in Ojibwe mythology. It resides primarily in the depths of lakes and rivers, but is also known to roam the North Woods and the Great Lakes regions. Physically, it's often depicted with the body of a panther, covered in scales with horns on its head, and a serpentine tail. Its eyes are said to glow like embers, and its presence alone can cause storms in turbulent waters. Symbolically, the Mishi-Peshu represents chaos, destruction, and the raw, untamed power of nature. It is both a guardian of the waters and a harbinger of doom. Many believe it has the ability to control the waters, summon storms, and drown those who disrespect its domain. This amulet is meant to ward off its influence, offering protection against its malevolence.
Interesting. And what about the other one?
This is different. It's not Native American at all. It's a Celtic death cult talisman, used in rituals aimed at resurrecting dark demonic entities. The purpose of such a talisman is to bring about death and destruction, summoning an entity from a dark dimension to wreak havoc on the world.
The team listens intently, the weight of the revelation sinking in. Eliza hands the Ojibwe artifact to Serafina, who examines it with a gentle touch.
This talisman was crafted with love and hope, intended to protect the wearer from a specific evil or event. It's filled with positive energy and care.
Her expression softens, reflecting the love and hope imbued into the artifact. When the Celtic talisman had passed to Madame Serafina Du Bois, her demeanor changes drastically. Madame Du Bois begins to convulse, her eyes turning in a natural black. She levitates into the air, her voice distorting into a demonic tone, speaking in riddles.
Death and darkness rise, shadows consume the light. The beast of old awaking, bringing forth endless night. Blood will stain the earth, and despair shall rule the skies. none shall escape her demise.
What in the hell just happened?
With the grim realization of the forces they are up against, the team regroups, the air thick with tension and uncertainty. The artifact in their possession holds the key to the mystery they face, but also a dire warning of the dangers to come.